do of the patriotism or the abilities of the very worthy gentlemen who have addressed this House. However, different men often see the same subject in very, very different light. I hope it will not be thought disrespectful to them if entertaining, as I do, opinions of a character most opposite theirs. I should speak forth my sentiments freely and without reserve. This is no time for ceremony. The question before this House is one of awful moment for this country, and for my own part I see it as nothing less than a question of freedom or slavery. And in proportion to the magnitude of the subject ought to be the freedom of the debate. It's only in this fashion that we can hope to arrive at the truth and thereby fulfill the great responsibilities we hold to God and to our country. Should I keep back my sentiments at such time through fear of giving offense, I would consider myself as guilty of treason towards this country and of an act of disloyalty to the majesty of heaven, whom I revere above all earthly kings. It is natural for man to indulge in the illusion of hope. We are apt to shut our eyes against the painful truth, to listen to the song of that siren till she transforms us into beasts. And I ask you, is this the part of wise men engaged in a great and arduous struggle for liberty? Are we disposed to be of the number of those who, having eyes, see not, and having ears, hear not the things which so nearly concern their temporal salvation? For my own part, no matter what anguish of spirit it may cost, I am willing to know the whole truth, to know the work, and to provide it. I have but one lamp by which my feet are guided. That is the lamp of experience. I know no way of judging the future, but by the past. And judging by the past, I wish to know what there has been in the conduct of the British ministry for the past 10 years to justify the hope to which gentlemen please control us themselves and this House. Is this that insidious smile with which our petitions have recently been received? Trust is not served. That it prove a snare to your feet. Suffer yourselves not to be betrayed and kicked. Ask yourself how this gracious reception of our petition not support with the warlike preparations which cover our waters and darken our lands. Are fleets and armies necessary to a work of love and reconciliation? Have we proven ourselves so unwilling to be reconciled that force must be called in to win back our love? Let us not deceive ourselves, sirs. These are the implements of war and subjugation, the last arguments to which kings resort. Very well. What means this martial array then if not to force us to submission? Can gentlemen find any other possible motive for it? Has Great Britain any enemy in this quarter of the world who calls for this accumulation of armies and navies? So she has not. Now, they are meant for us, and they can be meant for no other. They are sent over to bind, to rivet upon us the chains which the British ministry have so long been forging. And what have we to oppose them? Shall we try argument? How do we try that for the past 10 years? Have we anything new to offer on God? No. It's only something up in every life and it's been in vain. Now, should we have come to death, resort to entreaty, to humble supplication? And if so, what terms do we arrive at that have already been exhausted? We must not, I beseech you, deceive ourselves. We have done everything that could be done to avert the storm which is now coming on. We have petitioned, we have supplicated, we've remonstrated, we have prostrated ourselves before the throne, we have implored it into position to arrest the tyrannical hands of the ministry and Parliament. Our petitions have been slighted. Our remonstrances have produced additional violence and insult. Our supplications disregarded. and we have been spurned with contempt from the foot of the throne. In vain, out of these things, may you indulge the fond hope of peace and reconciliation. Delegates, hear me. There is no ground left for hope. If we wish to be free, if we need to preserve and violate those inestimable scriptures for which we have so long been contending, if we mean not basely to abandon the noble struggle for which we have pledged ourselves never to abandon until the glorious object of our contest be attained, then, sirs, we must fight. I repeat it. We must fight an appeal to arms and to the God of hosts is all that's left us now. They tell us, sirs, that we are weak. We are weak and unable to cope with the formidable adversary. When shall we be strong? Will it be the next week or the next year? Will it be when we are totally disarmed and the British Guard is stationed in every house? No. Can we establish strength through irresolution and inaction? Yes. Or to achieve the means of effectual resistance by lying on our back, hugging the innocent back on the boat, until our enemy will have found us hand and foot. Delegates, we're not weak. We're not weak. If we make proper use of the resource that the God of nature has placed within our power. The millions of people bound in this holy cause for liberty and in such a country as we possess will prove invincible to any force our enemy may send against. And we shall not fight these battles alone. There is just God to preside over the destinies of nations, who will raise up to fight our battles with us. The battle is not just a strong enough, my friends, but the division against the actions of the brave. Besides, we have no left. Were we base enough to desire it, it is far too late for us to retire from this contest. There is no retreat, but in submission and slave. Our chains of swords, their training may be heard from the plains of Boston. This war is inevitable, and let it come. I repeat, let it come. It's in vain to insinuate about it. I know when they cry, peace, peace, peace. There is no peace. The war has actually begun. The next gale is sweeping from the north. The British are here with signs of resounding arms. Our regiments are in the field already. Why standing here idle? What is it that gentlemen wish? What would they have? Is life so dear, or peace so sweet as to be purchased at the price of chains and slavery? Forbid it, Almighty God, and then not what force others may take. But as for me, give me liberty, or give me death. Last year, at the first Continental Congress, it was also 74, I met my kindred soul, Mr. John Adams, the Braintree Minister. I spoke to him very closely that day, about many things, through the whole session. When I stood to address this new groundbreaking congregation, I told them, upon this day, I am not a Virginian, but an American. And I am a Virginian. Now, What is our identity? For 150 years now, we have forged our own identity in the fire of our will, and we've done it by practicing self-government. Our strength, hear me, our strength has been our ability to closely reflect the will of the people. And now I dare say the will of the people is falling upon deaf ears. Parliament, ministry, their campaign is to wrench our power of self-government away from us. And you know why? Their ways are not ours. There is no ruling class here in America. No aristocracy, no lords, dukes, earls. There is but one thing, that is merit of accomplishment. Opportunity offered, yes. Intended. You remove that, will be the same hopeless plight as those who are born common, die common, and so on and so forth in the kingdom of Europe. Is that what we see? You ask the Settlers of Jamestown how much their titles meant when they were trying to found it, trying to change the land. Are we willing to surrender? Are we? Because if we're not, you know what that means. Then we must take up arms and stand next to mighty military walk the earth. We must oppose the strongest government in Empire that the world has ever known. We must separate ourselves from what we in the past have held dear and the things that we know to forge forth. To create a country whose laws and codes and moral man and health reflect the blessings that we're born. Blessings from Almighty God Himself that I dare say no king or government have the right to deny it. But evil is always willing to use force. Are we willing to stand and meet that with equal force? Because I'll tell you now, my friends, if we are not, then we should surrender and remain under British rule and pray our chains fall lightly upon us. But I don't believe that. I don't believe that's what we are for. However, the rest is for you, isn't it? The rest is for all of us. You have mine unresolved and my sentence. I have quantified them unto you as best as Almighty God will allow me to articulate. And now I must leave you for your own deliberations. Until our paths cross once again, please consider Patrick Henry a humble servant. And my prayer for you and all of us is that our country, America, would remain bright in Almighty God's holy grace. Good day to you, my friend.